Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Moderator, okay, for again introducing me. Well, okay, Pak Dr. Chairman of Yayasan, Pak Wakil Dr. Director, all the co-hosts, Ibu Head of Department, dosen-dosen, mahasiswa-mahasiswa yang disayangi dan dihormati sekalian. So izinkan saya untuk, I'm not really good in speaking Indonesia, also a little bit, yes, I can, but izinkan saya untuk berbahasa Inggeris. Okay, so can we share the slide please? Thank you. Okay, so the topic for today, we try to integrate between green accounting and also SDG. I think I may be not the right person that you're supposed to be invite, because you know that university in Indonesia is actually a champion in SDG, which is, if you look into the UI Green Matrix, the champion is from Indonesia University. They become the, I mean, like the trendsetter or the organization that govern UI Green Matrix, which is UI Green Matrix is actually one of the element for SDG. Okay, so but today we're going to focus on how actually we try to integrate between accounting, green accounting, and also SDG. Because if you refer to the next slide, please. Okay, so talking about SDG goal, okay, is from United Nations. So SDG is actually goal that's set by United Nations, which is should be achieved by 2030. The reason why United Nations introduced SDG is actually due to the, sorry about that. Okay, it's actually due to the I mean, like the erosion, the climate change, the pollution, and also they also very keen about the society or social problem. Okay, so SDG were created with the aim of peace and prosperity for the people and also the planet, because we, a human, is actually the planet disruption. Okay, and while tackling climate change and working to preserve oceans and forests. So it's actually the reason why the United Nations is really eager on introducing SDG 2030. So the SDG highlight the connection between the environmental, social, and economic aspects of sustainable development. So sustainability is actually the core focus of SDG. Okay, so if you look into the next slide, we have 17 goals of SDG. When I first, this is my own experience, I don't know about others, when we first, being introduced with SDG, I'm being given an responsibility for my university to handle the THE Impact Ranking. So if you have ever heard about THE Impact Ranking, it's one of the ranking by, I think the United Nations, is actually to look into the effort by university to tackle sustainability issue. So they want the university to put their effort in order to be together to achieve the United Nations goals. So we have to submit our data in order to be ranked under THE Impact Ranking. Okay, so looking into this 17 SDG goal, in the first place, being an administrator in the university and also being an academician, purely accounting, in the first time, when I look into this SDG, I only see that for accounting, we only can focus on SDG number 8, decent work and economic growth, because this is the most closest SDG that the accountant can focus on, accounting researcher. Okay, so next slide, please. So it's difficult for us. Actually, for the accounting lecturer, it's very difficult for us to focus on what can we contribute. Okay, what can contribute, let alone we are talking about green accounting before this, but just focus on be together to achieve the SDG is very difficult for us. Okay, but years by years, when I try to, try to understand, next slide please. When I try to understand each of the SDG, I believe that we can contribute to all SDG. No poverty, zero hunger, without looking into the next slide. Like for no poverty, okay, so this is actually the slide that I translate from that diagram before this, and I try to show with others, all the student and the docent here, what is actually the research that you can focus on if you are referring to SDG. Okay, so what is the, so we have no poverty. Okay, no poverty is actually my area of research. So because if you look into my CV right now, so I have focused on SDG, on zakat accounting, which is I try to, if you relate back to this morning session, which is you focus on small, medium enterprise, so we can go for no poverty, which is you try to take asnaf, zakat, okay, you try to bring them together. How actually focusing on asnaf zakat, research on that can assist you to poverty eradication. So that is actually the title of my recent research, Zakat Capital Assistance Program for Asnaf Entrepreneur, Issues and Challenges, okay, which is published in 2023. Okay, so if you refer to here, there is actually a lot of, this is all accounting research, okay? I'm not talking about green accounting yet, this is the accounting research, so we can contribute together to achieve SDG goal. As a docent, we can. Okay, let's say life below water, so you can go for green accounting, you can go for accounting environment, which is, you see, integration of ecosystem, service and life, okay. So that one is actually under Journal of Cleaner Production. They actually try to see they try to contribute a lot in terms of giving the, the reader is actually how they can contribute to the SDG. Like for one, peace and justice and strong institution under business ethic, does internal whistleblowing enhance firm innovation? So if you refer before this, if you look, just read the box of 17 SDG, you can't really relate. But now, when you try to dig, there is a lot of example research that you can contribute in order to achieve this SDG goal. Okay, so now we are going to, we'll bring you to focus on green accounting. Next slide, please. Okay, so talking about green accounting, okay, so green accounting practice is different between developed and developing nation. Why? If you look into the status of economy, okay, if you refer like Singapore, if you refer like Indonesia, Malaysia, if you refer to United Kingdom, you can see that the focus of the country is actually to boost the economy. Okay, they try to boost the economy, meaning that as compared to developed and developing country, developed country are more concerned about green accounting, whilst green developing economy, they are looking for economic growth. So they try to, it's not that they're not really concerned about green accounting, but they, or sustainable, but they have to focus more to put their country to bring their country to developed status first, then they can think about the sustainability. This is what happening to like Indonesia. You know that most of Western countries, they bring their business to Indonesia because Indonesia are aiming for, like Malaysia, they fail to achieve developed status, which is supposed to be Wawasan 2020. We failed to achieve that. And then we have like Wawasan Kemakmuran Bersama in 2020, also try to push our country to developed nation, but still it's not succeed. But for Indonesia, Indonesia is among developing country. So for developing country, they will go for developed nation status. But if you go for developed nation status, means that you have to be very concerned about sustainability. Okay, that is what happening. Okay, so because you know that sustainable development as a way to understand factors such as poverty and rapid urbanization, because we have to we have to concentrate on our people first before we go for the sustainable, because now we are in the process of make sure the income stability, we want to eradicate the poverty. This is not happening in developed country. Okay, next please. Okay, so if you refer to this, again, try to differentiate